Alright, so next game up for the final battle on the jungle table is Astra Militarum vs Tyranids, and we're doing Crusade. What's it? Yeah, Vanguard Strike. That's
and no night fighting.
No night fighting. So I have this zone here. Well, Gord's got that zone right up there that my hand's covering, and I took out first turn, so I'm going to deploy now, and we'll take a look after I've deployed. Alright, we've gone ahead and deployed. My Tyranids are lined up along here. I got my Flyer and my Gargoyles on this side. These Zoanthropes chilling in the back with the Biovores Crone. Warriors are up at the forefront of the army with Gargoyle there. Zoanthropes, T-Fex, and Turvagon are going to head up this way. And Warriors facing these two guys off is Pask and his little pal right there with the Manticore Chimeras and other Manticore in the back. And I love that it takes you 2 seconds to deploy. So do you want to steal initiative or do you want to?
I definitely do.
Alright.
Come on, please. Yes!
Oh, well, game over.
Yes! Happy dance after that Eldar battle.
Alright, so that's his only luck for the game. So going into Astra Militarum turn 1.
Okay, end of Astra Militarum turn 1. Kind of a letdown for me. Pask and his unit moved up here. They got off Strike and Shroud, so they popped smoke. Fired into the Tyranid effects, only managed to do 2 wounds. Kind of disappointing. Manticore number 1 fired up and over at the Hive Crone, scattered off, and completely missed everything. Manticore number 2 fired up and over at the Hive Crone, scattered off onto the Gargoyles, and I think I killed like 6 or 7 in total. And then one Chimera over here fired in at another Gargoyle and killed it. So that's turn 1 for Astra Militarum.
Alright, so end of Tyranids turn 1. My Flyer flew up this way with Onslaught. He managed to take down that guy for first blood. And over here my Gargoyles are just advancing, not too much for them to do. Zoanthropes are advancing, they gave Feel No Pain over to the Flyrant. Over on this side, my guys just advance. Not in range of anything, Crone flyered up there, just getting in area terrain and tried to haywire. Pask actually got a glance, but he made his cover save because he has smoked himself. I spawned out on 13 Gaunts, but they lined up just providing some cover saves. And 3 Warriors lined up in there, and my Biovores shifted around. They fired into the Chimeras because there's literally nothing I can do with them because they can't crack cans, and didn't manage to do anything. So we'll see if those dang Vendettas come on turn 2.
Okay, another brutal turn for Astra Militarum. Over here, this is the good spot. This is okay. These 3 Chimeras and all their contents fired at the Flyrant. I did ground him. I managed to do 2 wounds altogether to him. So, you know, some good happening over here. Epic failure over here. Pask and Executioner fired in at the Turvagon. I managed to do 2 wounds to a Warrior. Not too bad. And that was from the scattering from the Executioner. Then Pask fired in at the Turvagon. Got 14 wounds, 7 of which were rending. He passed 6 of his cover saves and 7 of his armor saves. So the dead Turvagon is somehow still living, and yeah. Oh, and this Vendetta came in and fired at the Crone. He didn't manage to ground him, but he did do 3 wounds to him. So on to, Manticore, fire over here, wound to Turvagon. Yeah. And yeah. Lots of crazy saves happening by the Tyranids. On to Tyranids turn 3.
On to Tyranids turn 2. My Gaunts actually came in, well I remembered them I should say, and they wrecked that Chimera. The contents came out, they weren't pinned. Biovores missed horribly, landing a Spore Mine in the back there. The Flyrant took care of the Manticore. And over this way, Pask got taken out by Warplants from these 2. They ran ahead because they were an inch out of range of the second guy. Warriors just ran up top to get line of sight to everything on the table, and the rest of my big bugs just ran over, and Warriors climbed up in there. And my Crone Vector striked him and shot him with a Haywire, but the Haywire was jinked, but he did take him down a hull point, and he's locked velocity and snapshots for next turn. So that's the end of Tyranids, turn 2.
End of Astra Militarum, turn 3. Over here, the guys who fell out of the
For Astra?
Chimera shot up the Flyrant, did nothing. This Vendetta here snapshot at the Flyrant and did nothing. I think it was the combined power of las gunner rays from these two that finally did a single wound and grounded him to finally take him out. Then both of these fired into those gargoyles, killed off a couple and made them fall back. This Vendetta here fired into the Zoanthropes and killed nothing. And this guy here, in an epic failure, shot at the Tervagon with 5 small blasts, only one of which got a direct hit, and then rolled a 1 to wound, so nothing happened. So on to Tyranids turn 3.
So end of Tyranids turn 3. Over here my Gaunts predictably fell back. I had no luck with that rule, but I'm coming over to intercept them with these guys and rally them. Up over this way my Spore Mine failed utterly and got killed in Overwatch. The warriors from on top of here fired in and killed off 3 guys. The Zoanthropes there actually lanced out the Vendetta that was there. It's pretty epic for them, and the Tyrannofex is charging forward. The Tervagon managed to take out that Plasmacutioner, and I just moved over here holding this objective, and my Crone flew off the table. So that was end of Tyranids turn 3.
Okay, end of Astra Militarum turn 4. These guys just kind of move and spread it out. They ran over to the objective, and it's a grav wave generator. This Chimera and the last gun array from that Chimera shot into the Gaunts, and they're fleeing. I killed quite a few. The Vendetta fired in over at the Zoanthropes and ID'd them both. And this Chimera here fired its main weapon over at the Zoanthropes and did 1 wound. And that is all that I did for turn 4. On to Tyranids turn 4.
End of Tyranids turn, this is 4, right?
Yeah.
4. I cleared off the objective back there. Those guys are running. I charged in with the Tyrannofex and wrecked this Chimera. These guys piled it onto the objective. Gaunts rallied, and Zoanthropes moved over to get them into Synapse. Zoanthropes tried to lance the Chimera, but he made his Deny the Witch.
One and only ever.
And Chrome flew on, fired his last Haywire at him, missed. He janked though, and the Tervagon's slugging over there. And Gaunts just moved over this way to try and snap fire into the rear of the Vendetta, and Biobors were the ones clearing off that objective. So we're moving into Astra Militarum turn 5.
Astra Militarum turn 5. It is night fighting. Vendetta just kind of flew over here, can't really do anything. These guys here all fired into the Tyrannofex, got 2 wounds off, but he saved both of them. And the Chimera and the Contents fired at the Zoanthropes, did nothing, and the last gun array fired at the Gaunts and killed 1. So into Tyranids turn 5.
So into Tyranids turn 5. Over here I cleared off the objective and did 1 hull point to that Chimera with the Zoanthropes. And that was between combined effort of them and the Tervagon. And Biobors didn't get a chance to shoot at anything because I cleared off all the infantry. No, they fired. Yeah, Biobors fired and killed, I think, like 1 guy or something, didn't they?
I passed my...
Yeah, he went to ground. And over here I'm just holding the objective there. So do you want to roll and see if it continues?
Sure.
To turn...
Yes, it does.
It does. So into Astra Militarum turn 6. So end of Tyranids turn 6 and Astra Militarum, we just skipped that because the turns are so quick. We're just going to call the game here as I'm on top of that objective there. So good game, sir. So
Game.
unfortunate luck, but there's still the next round to redeem, and we'll see if my luck on the city table will just disappear. So that's the end of this game. So the score for this game, you had Warlord.
Yep.
Warlord. I had Warlord as well. 2 objectives. I do not hold this one. And Line Breaker.
And First Blood.
Yeah. So that's the end of this game. So we're going to move into the next game, which is Eldar vs Tyranids over on the other table. So this is a table we're playing on. It is Emperor's Will, and it is Dawn of War deployment. Night fighting is in effect. It's Eldar versus Tyranids now. My objective is here. He placed his... Where'd you place it again? Oh, behind that building there, or somewhere over there. Oh, right there. Using Civil War. So he placed his there, so he's deploying right now. He has first turn, so we're going to see if I can steal hopefully in a bit, and we'll come back to you once we both deploy.
Alright, so here we have the Eldar deployed. Got the 2 wave serpents, warp spiders on the side of the building, Fireseer and his unit of jet bikes, swooping hawks on the table, and the warwalkers. This side of the table, oh, and my objective, right there. This side of the table for Tyranids, we have the Tervagon, a line of gargoyles, and Zone tied in there, 5 wars back here. We got warriors, and we got the big guys hiding in here. We got the channel facts and the fire and the crown. And their objective is in there. And also more warriors on the other side. Alright, so we're gonna see if you can steal initiative.
Alright, here it is. Watch, here it comes. Steal initiative. Put this ball. Right, put it.
Nope. Alright, so Eldar turn 1.
End of Eldar turn 1. Most of his army just kind of castled up in the corner there, killing off, I think, like 7 or 8 gargoyles or something like that along here between the wave serpents, and the bright lances off of the warwalkers fired in and killed off one of the warriors there. So there's only 2 warriors remaining. Barb Strangler still is alive though. So moving to Tyranids turn 1. So we're clearly not off to the races with this start. I killed off 3 warp spiders or 2? 3 warp spiders. I guess they do need to do morale. You want to do that right quick? Did I get them? No. Close though. And these guys up here are the ones that took down 3 of the warp spiders, and the rest of my army, as you can see here, just kind of advanced forward. They took cover behind your Florent, his Feel No Pain. Everyone else is just still in cover. He doubled out, but they got 14. He just moved up to the cover there. So that's it for Tyranids turn 2. So moving to Eldar Tyranids turn 1, Eldar turn 2 starting now. So end of Eldar turn 2. The Hunter came in over here, dropped the Florent down 2 wounds and grounded him. Between the 2 wave serpent, they both fired at the crone, right?
Yeah.
But they both fired at the crone, dropping him down to 1 wound. And after being grounded, the warp spiders came out and dropped the Tervagon down to 2 wounds, and that was after all the fire from these guys over here as well. And the hawks came down and hit the gargoyles with their blast, but he whipped on that. But then they cleared them off with their shooting. And over here, the autarch came over and tried to charge, but did not make it. So that's the end of Eldar turn 2. We're going to move into Tyranids turn 2. Tyranids turn 2. Over this way, my crone flew off, vector strike the wave serpent, whiffed horribly, getting 1 glance. I actually had 4 hits too, but crone's still alive, so I can't complain. Flyer flew over here with Feel No Pain from the zone tropes, took out the flyer, and he's just sitting in the ruins there. The turn effect cleared off the swooping hawks himself. My entire army within this region here fired into the warp spiders. They had to charge in to finish them off. Over on this side, the Tyranids charged into the autarch and actually got 2 strength 10 wounds on him, but he made both his 4 up, so like a champ, he's skipping away over there. And the Termagants over there, the Devil Gaunts, came in and cleared off 5 of the jet bikes, so it's pretty good there. So moving into Eldar turn 3. So end of Eldar turn 3. Over here, my Tervagon got killed, killing off several Gaunts. The autarch cleared him off. I lost half my Termagants from the Guardians coming out. The Wave Serpent fired into the Hive Tyrant, but he managed to stay alive, but he did get grounded, but rolled a 1. And that was everything for Eldar turn 3. So end of Tyranids turn 3. So over here my Crone came in and took out the Fireseer and the Jet Bike. The Gaunts killed enough Guardians that they ran off the table. These Gaunts charged the autarch, dropping him down to 1 wound. And then he hit and ran, he killed off one of them. The Florent tried to take down the Wave Serpent, but he made all his Jinx saves, and then I failed to charge over there. And he has Feel No Pain from the Zone Throats, but other than that, that is it for Tyranids turn 3. So end of Eldar turn 4. So over here, the Serpent fired in, cleared off the Crone, and the other Serpent fired at the Florent, who managed to survive the volley, and the autarch jumped to the back here, getting ready to sneak in and try and steal my objective.
Man.
And she wasn't even phased.
He's gonna. Alright, so moving into Tyranids turn 4. Tyranids turn 5, I believe it was. Is it 5? The Autarch got killed by these warriors who came in combat over this way. Between all my units here, they managed to kill that last Warwalker, and the Flyrant took down that Wave Serpent, and the Tyrannofex actually helped in getting that. So he only has that with 1 hull point. These guys are all still alive, and I still have everything here, and I will have this objective either way. So we're just going to call it here for that's a good game. So up next we got Astra Militarum against Eldar, so stay tuned for that.